There's a little chill in the air. We're past Thanksgiving, and that means it's time to start playing some important hockey games. Catholic League semifinals tonight from Orchard Lake St. Mary's as the Eaglets take on the Pilots of Warren de La Salle. Welcome ringside into what we hope is a heck of a hockey game. Ben Holden, Evan Stockton alongside the rest of our great crew. Ben, this is a fun night of hockey, and if we're being honest about it, both of these teams playing last night to get here, I don't know if they thought they would be here. They both had to rally back yesterday, specifically de La Salle. That was a heck of a rally last night against Riverview Gabriel Richard.
Yeah, and talking to Chad LaRose before the game, a really good hockey game early in the year. You don't have a big sample size right now. Each team's only played 4 games here so far. But the biggest thing that de La Salle had to overcome last night was they gave up 3 goals in the first 5 minutes. They had to chip their way back, which they did. A good sign for a team that doesn't have a ton of upperclassmen. And Chad LaRose, former NHL guy, played 12 years with Carolina. His first year coaching high school. He likes what he has in his team so far. They showed a lot of resolve in that win last night, 5-4.
Yeah, de La Salle had to pull their all-state goalie last night after they gave up all those early goals and still won. As for St. Mary's, they knew they'd have a test last night against UAD Jesuit. It's a talented bunch. Early in the year, they keep passing tests.
It really is, Evan, and another one-goal game, so it shows you the competitive nature of all these teams that are playing in this Catholic League tournament, and really, in my opinion, the state of high school hockey in the state of Michigan. It's getting better and better every year. You're getting more kids that want to play high school. They want to play for their teams. They want to play for the colors, as you see in these 2 teams here tonight, the colors they're wearing. They want to play for that pride, and certainly Orchard Lake St. Mary's, we saw them a lot last year. We're going to see them a lot this year on the prep. They've got a good club.
Hockey from Orchard Lake St. Mary's on a Thursday night. Both of these clubs played last night. Right back at it tonight. St. Mary's entering the offensive zone. First shot got blocked. Second one got blocked too. And it's out to center. Evan Stockton, Ben Holden back with you. I am up high above the ice. Ben is down ringside. Ben, how's the view down there?
I got the best seat in the house, Evan. Chad and all the group here at the prep, they always spoil me here. It's fun to work with you, and I love being down here. I was listening into the de La Salle huddle before the game started, and Chad LaRose told his team, said, don't ever let anybody think or tell you that they are better than you. This team is fired up and ready to go here, Evan.
If any of you are watching this game and go, wait, Chad LaRose, isn't that the guy who played for the Carolina Hurricanes? Yes, same guy.
Yeah.
As bodies are colliding on that far side of the ice. Danny DeKaiser, former de La Salle Pilot, also helps out the program these days. Have a stoppage because an Eaglet was slow to get up.
Yeah, Dugan Cretu got smoked on that half wall there, and he looks to be okay, but he took a pretty heavy shot, Evan. Yeah, Danny's not here tonight. But he does help out. They got a good group of assistants. They've all been around their program for a long time. And, of course, on the other side, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, a veteran staff. They've been around together for a long time. And as we touched on in the open, partner, this St. Mary's team, they got a lot of seniors and a lot of leadership. They're expecting a big year this year.
And they're expecting a big year out of this junior netminder, Will Keene, who has started each of the first 4 games this season for the Eaglets. Haven't seen Mason Shea yet. They're expecting a lot of big things from Will, who played really well in that season-opening win over Brighton that put the state on notice. St. Mary's is back and ready for a little bit more this year.
Yeah, you're right, Evan. Certainly, and Keene, I mean, Brian told us, he said he's the #1 guy. He's the guy. He's a prototypical goalie in this day and age. He's 6'4". He's a big young man in the net.
Here's Julian Johnston passing to the slot. Save made. That puck is still loose. Speaking of good netminders, Ben, Gavin Zolkowski for de La Salle, one of the best in Michigan.
Yeah, he's a veteran guy, and you can't have enough experience anywhere on your team, and it certainly starts from the net out for Chad LaRose and his group.
Dom Pierre starting that breakout for St. Mary's, who has possessed the puck darn near the entire first 2 minutes of this game. Off that win over UAD last night, 2-1. De La Salle had to rally back and win in overtime over Riverview Gabriel Richard. Zolkowski actually got pulled last night for de La Salle. Zone entry for St. Mary's driving the net. There is Zolkowski again, but we do have a penalty.
It's going to be a hook. And it looks like I'm going to have a little company in here.
Getting cozy down there.
Make sure I got enough room for him. And I'll even get the door. I'm a good host, Evan.
Look at you.
There you go.
Now, the real question is, Ben, are we paying you extra to open the door like that?
I just want a new fleece, that's all.
Ben is very jealous of my red vest. He's got a black one, so you may as well on live television ask people for
shamelessly.
Free things. No, I mean that's why the job exists. Just ask for free things.
Chad Bush is very good to us. Here we go. First power play here. Big moment here early on in the game, I think, for St. Mary's here, Evan.
Entering the offensive zone, right side. A wrist shot got saved away. Jakob Kirkab took the drive. Another try. Zolkowski stonewalling St. Mary's shots early. Eaglets still set up in the O zone. They get it back to the blue line. Sturparo couldn't hold. And now De La Salle on an odd man rush coming ahead with Fuqua dangling in front. Oh, what a chance for the Pilots.
Their captain and clearly a leader on their team. That was a great chance, best chance in the game for De La Salle so far.
This is still a St. Mary's power play, but nearly a goal for De La Salle, killing off that power play for the home team. Here's Brennan Morgan, Ben Holden's favorite hockey player, putting that pass in front and just missed the intended target.
I mean, how do you not love him? He's 5'2" and 115 pounds, and he'll take on the biggest guy on any team we saw last year. He fears no young hockey player he faces.
65 in red and white, one of their leading scorers early in the season, and he's rocking that C on the left side of his sweater.
Good to see.
Still time in this power play for St. Mary's. Trying to set up in the offensive zone. Morgan in there battling for the puck. Back to the blue line it comes. A Dompierre shot got tipped wide left. They're banging away on that far hash. St. Mary's corralling. Dompierre left side of the blue. Spins it around that roulette wheel. Connon for St. Mary's. Back to Dompierre. Couldn't hold the zone. And that essentially kills off the rest of the power play.
Yep, good kill for De La Salle. They had the shorthanded chance there and did a pretty good job, in my opinion. I didn't see a lot of really good scoring chances on that power play for St. Mary's.
Look at the forecheck from Brendan Kelly, stick handling through a couple of purple sweaters. That puck up the far wall, and the Pilots can briefly get it to neutral ice. Ben, here's what I'm wondering in this game, right? Both these teams played less than 24 hours ago. At what point do they start getting tired?
Well, I mean, look, they're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. I don't know if they will get tired, to be honest with you, Evan. I mean, Chad LaRose told us when we chatted with him earlier, I'll get back to that in a minute while they don't get the chance, but he said their game ended at 10 o'clock last night. So I don't know that that's really a huge factor. I mean, these guys are young, they're in shape, and both teams, I mean, the pace down here so far is really high from both these teams so far, Evan. So I don't see any after effects of that, at least here in the first nearly 5 minutes of the game.
There's the starting five on the ice for St. Mary's. Both these teams really confident in their top lines. Chad LaRose, though, Ben, did freely admit to you before we dropped the puck tonight, he likes the top of his lineup. He likes the top end of it. He's still kind of figuring out what the rest of it will look like. Yeah,
he is. Keegan James is a left wing on their top line. It's all seniors. A.J. Zaccani, he's the center, and Colton Fuqua, who we saw on that shorthanded chance. Those are really the three guys that drive it. But he doesn't really believe in rolling two lines. He wants to try to get everyone engaged, and I think Orchard Lake's the same way.
Gallus into the zone for St. Mary's. Lost it on that attempted drive to the net. Rolling along the boards again. De La Salle picks it up in those purple sweaters with the very easy-to-read white numbers. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah.
It's all a broadcaster cares about. Can we tell who the heck is who, and can we tell what numbers are what numbers?
Yeah. And so far, Evan, I mean, St. Mary's has been the better team here in the opening five. They've had a ton of zone time. And I'm curious to see when De La Salle gives a little flex of the muscle here and starts getting a forecheck going in the other end.
Yeah, that's Fulton on the forecheck. De La Salle was changing behind the play. Now Caleb will come off on a change after forechecking and taking the puck away. De La Salle has not had a lot of extended O-zone time. Maybe it comes here. Swing and a miss on the shot from the blue line. They still hold the zone, though. Saved away. Keene made that stop. Still De La Salle puck, throwing it in front. It's wobbling free. And out to center. No, I guess not. Held the zone, but it doesn't matter. De La Salle changing.
And that's really the first good 30, 40 seconds they've had of a forecheck. They need to keep that up. This team plays at a high pace.
Here comes the O-zone forecheck for St. Mary's. That puck spinning around the boards once again. Just over 6 minutes into the hockey game. And watching the first 6 minutes, you'd never know that these two teams played last night. Awesome pace.
It's really good, really intense, really good pace, good flow to the game from both teams so far.
Moran in the corner was after it for St. Mary's. They send it back in his direction. Along the boards to that far hash again. Johnston after it for St. Mary's, but he lost the puck. Both teams changing. Johnston's got it back for St. Mary's. They love the way that 18 in red and white can skate.
Oh, he's a skilled player. I mean, this kid's got a shot, in my opinion, to play at the next level with a little bit more development. He's super skilled and gifted.
Backhand try, sailing wide of Keene. Hasn't been tested a ton tonight. St. Mary's coming back into that offensive zone. Play it in front. Just a little bit too hot for Johnston. Julian plays it up the wall. His bodies collide. Tough angle shot went wide. Back to the blue line. Eaglets holding. Offensive zone. A shot got tipped wide. Cretu for St. Mary's. Body bumped in the corner. Robbins was battling with him, and this will turn into an icing.
It will, and you know, we've talked quite a bit so far about De La Salle and conversation with Chad LaRose. On the other side for St. Mary's, I mean, they feel really good in this group. Can't say it enough, Evan. 4 lines deep. They told us the other day they're strong on the back end. We talked about Keene and his presence. I mean, he's 6'4". This kid's still growing. He might be 6'6" by the time he graduates. So they've got a really good core back, and from what I'm seeing here so far, you and I did about 6 or 7 of their games last year. They look really good, really connected, and playing well here so far.
That's something we asked the St. Mary's coaching staff the other day. Dampierre shot! Oh, it's home! That is the first goal all season for a St. Mary's blue liner. A Seine Irish shot for Charlie Dampierre, and the Eaglets strike first.
What a beautiful shot from Charlie, and looked like it went off the inside of the right post. We'll get a look at it here in a moment, but a beautiful shot, a smart play. Every coach wants you to get pucks at the net. In this situation, he takes a look, kind of a half-speed shot. He didn't get everything on it, but he didn't need to. It was all about getting that puck on net, a quick release there, and it looked like it hit the inside of that right post, about a foot down from the elbow, and St. Mary's has drawn first blood, a big goal from them.
And Ben, watching the replay, it kind of looked like Zolkowski, friendly fire. I think his defenseman Lawrence kind of screened him on the shot.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little bit of movement. Good point, but you got to make those stops. But that's a big goal for St. Mary's. They got the lead and the momentum.
De La Salle playing it back in front. Keene into the butterfly, using the splits to make the save. And they have waved off icing here, so De La Salle's got to go back and play it. Robbins kick-started the breakout for the Pilots, coming ahead 3-on-2. Through the center, now back to the slot. A free puck, backhanded on Keene. He made the save. Nayard had a good look.
Bryson Rowe with a great chance there.
Nayard after it again for De La Salle. They always talk about that first minute after a goal.
Yep.
Here's Brennan Morgan for St. Mary's, a shot. It's still loose. Oh my goodness, Zolkowski didn't know where the puck was.
He just slips into space. He's so deceptive. You don't think you're going to get much from him at his size and his weight, but this kid's got a ton of heart, and he's smart.
Up and down the ice they go. This is not a game being played in the neutral zone. This is a game being played in both those zones, and we love it.
My kind of hockey. Wide open, chances, offensive rushes. I love it.
St. Mary's coming again. This is Charlie Roberts on the right side. Charlie and Thomas, a pair of brothers on the St. Mary's team. De La Salle had a big hit, could not clear the zone though. They're sending extra bodies to that far hash, trying to dig the puck free. St. Mary's digs it free, dangling their way in front, and a save made by Zolkowski.
Oh, and Roberts looked to the rafters after that chance in front. Really good chance for him as he found his way to the top of the crease there and had a nifty little backhander he tried to put in, but unable to get it to go there on that chance. So I'm still looking to see this De La Salle team. And you know what, Evan, there's the chance from Morgan earlier, and the goaltender didn't know where it was there, but they came in and saved the day. But maybe the lateness of that game, maybe it's carried over a little bit for De La Salle, but I just think St. Mary's has come with more of a push. I think De La Salle will. I'm curious to see when that comes.
Yeah, I mean, this St. Mary's team, their coaching staff was telling us the other day, I think if people in this state are sleeping on us. We brought a lot of guys back from last year, have some new pieces. Haven't even talked about Thad Rainish, their excellent skater, the freshman, number 29.
You're right.
I mean, you see these first few minutes, these Eaglets mean business.
They do. They're really connected. I can't say that enough. Their passes are good. They're in the right spots. They're gapping up. They're doing everything they're supposed to be doing early on.
Eagles trying to clear the zone. They get it out to center and quickly come ahead. Kavik with speed, shooting wide left. Johnston digs it out for St. Mary's. Got sandwiched by a couple of pilots and kept the puck beautifully. Setting back up shop in the offensive zone. And the attempted feed to the blue line got tipped. Now the pilots can't clear the zone. Johnston digging at that puck. Held in again at the right side of the blue line. Bodies fall into the ice. We got a penalty here. They're going to get Johnston for St. Mary's. And De La Salle, at a time where it sure feels like they need it, Ben, about to go to the power play.
Yeah, they do. They really do. They need to spend a little time in the offensive zone, and they are going to get set chance and see what they can do here with just over 6 to play in the period. Tripping is the call. And really on this unit, they'll go with 4 forwards. They like to go with 4 on both their units on the power play. So just 1 defenseman out there, and we'll see what they do here with this chance here, Evan.
Fuqua won the offensive zone. Face off for De La Salle. Shot blocked. Dompierre got his body to it, and Morgan clears for St. Mary's. Penalty killing all about giving up your body, not being afraid of a few bumps and bruises tomorrow. Nice job there by Dompierre to block the first shot. Pilots will try the far side of the ice on this power play zone entry. Shot from the blue line, saved by Keene, and he'll freeze for a faceoff.
And De La Salle looks like they're going to keep, they're going to keep the same group out there. Only 32 seconds into it, and they really haven't spent a whole lot of time in the attacking end. St. Mary's going to change up a couple of their PK guys. They'll bring Morgan off and Kelly.
Fuqua takes the face-off again for De La Salle, and he wins it again. Left side of the blue line, wrist shot saved by Keene. It's loose, and it goes wide right. Oh, that was nearly home for De La Salle. St. Mary's out to center. Great look for De La Salle. Nearly tied it up.
They'll reload here. Same group out. Their top group's out there now.
Right back to that far side of the ice, entering the zone with speed. Keegan James, one of their best skaters, played it further along the wall. Still plenty of time on this power play for the Pilots. Hold the zone. Team destined for neutral ice. Turnover, shot, Keene, save, and a whistle.
Good chance from Colton Fuqua there. They'll change up that top group and bring out some fresh bodies here for the final 42 seconds. Keene right where he should have been. And obviously with these big goaltenders, I mean, this kid is huge. 6'4". You got to get him moving. If he sees it, he's going to stop it 9 out of 10 times, or at least he should. So we'll see what this second group here does, Evan, on the PP for De La Salle.
It's been a shooting gallery on Will Keene. 4 power play shots already for De La Salle. I think another one is coming here quick. They just won another faceoff. Half a minute to go on the power play. Pilots probing, passing along that perimeter. Now to the slot. Shot got blocked and into the mesh. Bolton's shot tipped away. The offensive zone faceoff is still going to come to Keene's right.
Good penalty killing work there, sacrificing to block that shot by St. Mary's. 22 seconds to go in the kill. And they've done all the little things so far. You mentioned 4 shots on the power play so far for De La Salle.
Shout out to our editorial statistician, Pat the Stat, for help on that. Appreciate you, Pat.
That's right.
At least one member of the Bush family showed up today. One more shot from the point. Save made. Keene again. My goodness, is he standing on his head on this power play. He's made 6 saves. Come on.
Yep, left pad was big right there, and he kept this game 1-0. And Back to 5-on-5 here, Evan.
And on cue, St. Mary's, sometimes that happens, end of a kill. You just throw it down.
Right.
Tough break, it's going to be an icing.
Yeah, you need a breather, and right back out for De La Salle comes their top group. So Chad LaRose going to keep trying to push the pace with his senior group out there, led by that young man there, Colton Fuqua, the C. He'll take his spot on the right wing here on this line.
Zucchini, who scored the overtime winner last night for De La Salle, took the face-off. De La Salle has won a bunch of face-offs in a row. You can feel that ice starting to tilt De La Salle's way as the first period creeps toward the end of it. We're gonna get a battle near side of the ice. Eaglets again cannot clear the zone. Couple of bodies have that puck stuck. It's down there somewhere. Pilots fish it free. This is a 2-on-1. In front, Keene again. Fuqua stopped again. Will Keene in the last 2 minutes is making save after save.
Been the difference so far, no question. Oh.
Kirkcap got sandwiched along the boards, no whistle.
Logan Robbins, their best defenseman back there.
Off the ledge and down the ice. De La Salle will take the chance to change. Coaching staff wants to keep those shifts as short as they possibly can after the late night last night.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair to say on both sides, 30, 35 max.
Loose puck in the slot, got tipped before it could reach Keene. Up the boards it comes. De La Salle keeps the zone. A right point shot blocked on its way to the net. And out to neutral ice where Anthony Winkler working hard at that right point spot for De La Salle. Coming up on 2.5 to go in a first period that has been played at a breakneck pace.
They almost got me there.
Oh no. You all right down there?
Oh, I'm fine.
Okay.
Just had a duck. Sticks up.
I mean, you are an old washed-up hockey player like all of us. Although one of us, gets in skates on the weekends. One of us is, the old and fat guy up here who hasn't skated in like forever.
Yeah, I got a game tomorrow night, but I'm focused on this one right now.
Connon entered the zone for St. Mary's. De La Salle fishes it free, gets it out to center. Dompierre missed a teammate on the right side. They will wave off icing. Winkler back on the ice for De La Salle. Pilots roll 17 skaters. St. Mary's rolls 19. St. Mary's with a steal, playing to the slot. Backhanded shot over Zalkowski. Eaglets hold the zone right side, and then they actually threw it into neutral ice. Ooh, big hit right in front of you, Ben. You still all right down there?
I'm good, man.
All right.
I'm good. That one wasn't as close as the first one.
We're just trying to avoid any Lucas Raymond moments from last night. No sticks in the face, all right?
Right, I don't need that. I need all the help I can get.
Tough loss for the Wings last night at Madison Square Garden. Back in action tonight, LCA against Chicago. Ooh, played in front, saves Zalkowski. Another try. How did he see that amidst all the traffic?
I don't know. That's a great question. Hopefully we can get a look back because there was a ton of traffic on top of the paint. And a great job as we get a look here. He's in the right spot, he's ready, and he just stayed with this thing. I mean, that's a lot of legs and a lot of bodies and a lot of sticks that he had to deal with. And that's a grade A 10-bell save by him there to keep it 1-0. Big time play out of him.
Remember, 30 in purple and yellow and white, Gavin Zalkowski got pulled last night.
Yeah.
A guy who has had so many accolades and so many worthy praises coming his way. Tonight, I know he's given up a goal, but he looks darn good for De La Salle.
Yeah, they both do. I mean, let's be honest, right? Another chance.
Ooh, tipped in front. Zalkowski sliding to his left, got a piece of it. Both these goalies at times in this first period have looked like Dominic Hasek out there sliding all over the ice.
Well, Will Keene, his favorite goalie was the aforementioned Dominic Hasek, so that makes sense.
Is he old enough to know who Dominic Hasek is?
Yeah, there's YouTube, right?
That's true. I know who Barry Sanders is.
Right.
I was like 4 when he retired.
Right.
Oh, big hit at center ice. St. Mary's entering the zone, passing in front, and Zalkowski will save it. Some end-to-end action with body bumping right near that center ice logo.
Yeah, and we saw De La Salle have some chances on the power play and then after the power play. There's that collision out at center there between Johnston of St. Mary's and Stempen there of De La Salle. But St. Mary's has come back here in the last couple of minutes, and they've had a pretty good push here in the offensive zone here.
Is there a final chance for St. Mary's in this period? Lean down toward triple zeros. Puck stuck in the corner, now up the wall and out. That ends the first. Good start for St. Mary's. Charlie Dompierre scored. They played a tight, low-scoring game last night. They beat UAD 2-1, and it sure feels after 17 minutes of hockey, we're getting a similar one tonight. De La Salle 10 shots, St. Mary's 9 in the first. That was extremely fun to watch both of those teams compete in the first 17 minutes of hockey.
Yeah, good opening period. Just the one goal. Dompierre, that shot he let go from about 35 feet, and well played. I mean, we talked about, you know, these teams both playing last night and how would it affect them, and you know, I don't really think it's affected either one of these teams that much, to be honest with you, Evan. I think these kids are so young and they're fired up as St. Mary's head coach is making his way down here to have a little conversation with me. We'll get Brian on here in a moment once he gets into the penalty box here with me. But we'll get his thoughts on the opening 20 minutes of play, or 17 minutes of play, I should say. So we'll get Brian in here, get him situated, and we'll have a little chat with him. We appreciate him taking the time to come down and chat with me here. So, Brian, let's start with the opening period of play. You guys are on top 1-0. What were your overall thoughts on period one?
I thought we played well. I thought we controlled the period. We just we got to do a better job at converting. I mean, we're putting a lot of pucks to the net, but we're letting them lay there. We're not finishing.
These kids are teenagers. Is the late night, is that any part of the conversation? It doesn't seem that it is for either one of your team, either your team or their team.
No, that's no part of the conversation. They're teenagers.
Yep,
Right? They can go forever.
Yeah.
But I think both teams are playing well. We just, you know, for our side, we just need to, like I said, we just need to finish a little better.
What have you liked? It's a small sample size, but tell us what you've liked out of your team here in the early going, and you've only played a handful of games.
I think we got the forecheck dialed in, which is good. We're utilizing our speed, and I think we've been breaking the puck out well. So we're getting into their zone, but we're just we just got to capitalize more. We
were with you for quite a few games last year. We didn't see Keene in goal for you a lot. Man, I can't get over how big he is and how big he was for your team on that power play, the only chance they had in the period.
No, he's a very good goalie. You know, he just continues to work every day to make himself better, and he's a lot of fun to have around.
Final thing, what are the one or two things you really want to see your team tighten up on when period two gets going?
We just really got to focus in our defensive zone. I think we're an offensive-minded team, and we really need to strengthen everything up there.
Great. Thanks for this, Brian. Appreciate the hospitality.
Thanks.
All right. Evan, back up to you.
All right, guys. Appreciate you. Heck of a first period of hockey, considering the fact that both of these teams played yesterday. But as the coaching staff for St. Mary's just told us, they're teenagers. Who cares? They can play another game in like an hour.
Yeah, they could. You know, these kids, when they're little, you know, and they go on the road and they play 6 games in a weekend. So, yeah, it doesn't appear that's any issue at all. And you heard it there from Brian's lips. And, you know, I'm sure Chad LaRose would tell us the same thing. So, good game here so far, Evan, and it's been pretty hot and intense down here at ice level.
We'll be back to recap the first, start getting you ready for the second in just a moment. Hang with us. Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
It was very exciting to be the first class.
So we're talking the temperature, the humidity.
It's just really empowering, and I feel very blessed.
Walking around this campus and getting to see Orchard Lake, no other school gets to see that.
The way my relationship with all my friends has grown is crazy. It's almost like a sisterhood, just how like the guy said a brotherhood. I think we have an amazing sisterhood.
To be these women of St. Mary's is to be the first woman or person to do anything. You're making a legacy just by being here, going to school. That's not really a thing that everybody gets to experience. You're starting something new.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
St. Mary's is a place where boys come to find their place in the world. It's not just a place where we learn what to think. It's a place where we learn how to think. Education of the mind can be found almost anywhere. Education of the soul is what I've been taught at St. Mary's. So, if you think you're ready to be a part of our tradition rooted in success, come see for yourself how St. Mary's is more than just a school.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive.
We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions.
We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
My dad and my grandfather are officials. I've grown up around officials and seeing how much they enjoy being part of the games. As a student athlete, I've always appreciated the people out there who are willing to give back to the kids. The Legacy program lets me officiate while I'm still in high school, working younger kids' games. Officiating gives me a better understanding of the game. I get to make some pretty good money for a high school kid, and I even get to spend some quality time with my dad. There's help wanted. Just whistle.
Back at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, heck of a hockey game brewing in the Catholic League semis. St. Mary's and De La Salle. Great first 17 minutes of hockey. St. Mary's leads at 1-0 after our first period tonight. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this needs to be handled by a real pro. So call Todd Barr, 734-674-6154, and put over 2 decades of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Special thank you to Success Mortgage Partners for all their continued support of the Prep. And thank you as well to Double Exposure Photography, one of our fine sponsors with the Prep. And thank you to Elvis the Cat as well, capturing memories. One period of hockey down, at least a couple more to go. St. Mary's and De La Salle competing for the chance to play for a Catholic League championship this weekend. The second period starts right after this. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Just about time to start the second period from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Ben Holden, there was a lot of experience, a lot of speed, a lot of talent on that ice in the first period. Watching back some of these highlights, what stands out to you from the first 17 minutes of hockey tonight?
Evan, I think that the speed, the intensity, the pace that both these teams are playing at. I really think that's been what's impressed me the most. I think the power plays, each team's had one, neither team scored, but I just think the pace and the speed these guys are playing at, and you know, look, both these schools are Catholic League schools. As we know, they're in this tournament. This means a lot to them, and I think you talk to both sides. Yeah, they want to win this thing. They want to win as many games as they can. That's obviously number one, but you know, these coaches, they want to see their teams continue to get better. They've only played a handful of games, and I think for the most part, I didn't talk to Chad LaRose after, of course we talked to Brian, but I think for the most part they got to be happy, and I'm just looking forward to seeing if this intensity continues on here in the second.
Yeah, remember, these two teams played last night. I know both coaching staffs will tell us they're teenagers, they're good, but you'd have to think they're going to hit some sort of wall at some point.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I don't really notice it. I mean, there's been no sign to me that that's been an issue on either team, so I think these guys are fine, and let's see what we get here in the second. I mean, I think we get an icing here. You know, both teams had their moments. I mean, I think from a overall period standpoint, I think St. Mary spent more time in the O-zone than De La Salle did. I mean, De La Salle had that power play there midway through or thereabouts in that opening period. They carried some momentum. You always talk about special teams can change the game, whether it's a power play or a penalty kill. It didn't really change the game in the sense that it led to goals for De La Salle, but it led to a change in the momentum for them for 2 or 3 minutes after they had that power play.
St. Mary's finds that puck along the near wall, but De La Salle forechecking away made it an extremely tough zone entry out of the zone. Break it out for St. Mary's. They've got it back in their own defensive zone. Again, they cannot clear the zone as De La Salle working hard to keep it in a couple of times. Now it's out to center. No icing, they waved it off. St. Mary's forechecking away. Dompierre had the only goal of this hockey game. A shot from the middle of the blue line for St. Mary's. Another shot from the point. Dompierre again. That one got sticked aside. First goal of the season for a Eaglet blue liner. Big drive. Again, Zolkowski the save for De La Salle. He made a bunch of big saves in that first period.
He did, Evan, and that was a really good one. Had a great vantage point off the shot from Cretu, who's got it again with his right pad. Beautiful stop.
Yeah, Cretu that time just behind its intended target. Breakout pass for De La Salle, a bit too hot. And the Eaglets will flop it along the wall because they got to change bodies.
You know, both these teams, we talked about it in the open, Evan, they both had one-goal games, different games. A 2-1 win for St. Mary's in their game last night, 5-4 in double overtime for De La Salle in their game. So already early in the season, these teams are both getting tested. That's good for the makeup in the long run for both these teams. There's a 2-on-1 chance.
Kyle Kavik passing in front. The shot went high and wide. Oh boy, what a look for Jack Moran.
Oh, he had a great look. He just, that puck was on edge on him.
St. Mary's passing back in front. That one missed Kavik. 2 golden opportunities for the Eaglets to double the lead. Bodies falling all over the place.
Blackwood dumped the puck in, and then he knocked the St. Mary's player down on his backside in the process.
I believe they call that 2 for the price of 1.
It was, yeah, indeed. Down to the derriere.
Yeah, good old-fashioned daily double on a Thursday night. How about that?
Yeah.
Julian Johnston coming into the offensive zone for St. Mary's. On net, sticked aside by Zolkowski. Each team had 1 power play in the first period. De La Salle had a remarkable power play. They had 6 shots, but they never scored. Robbins all the way up, dropping it back, missed his target. This could be a St. Mary's break. Pass ahead got tipped. Now it's a one-on-one play, and a backhander rises high.
And I turned on that last rush by De La Salle, Evan, and Chad LaRose threw his hands over his head, because that's a play where they got to shoot that puck at the net. Don't get cute with a puck. He wants pucks at the net. He doesn't care where you're at. You're inside of the blue line, pucks at the net. Don't screw around with it. Get it on goal.
Now both teams fighting for possession right along that near wall. Out to center it comes, coming up on 4 minutes into the second period, and what has been a really well-played hockey game so far. St. Mary's forechecks, creates the turnover, back to the blue line in space, or his shot got blocked. I think Stempen got his body to it for De La Salle. His full name is Finley, but he goes by Finn, so that's what we're going to call him.
Yeah.
This is going to be an icing.
Well, the real test is what's mom call him. That's what I always say to athletes. What's your mom call you? But it's okay. We got the pass that we can go with Finn, right?
Ben, are you saying sometimes hockey players don't care how we say their names? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, as long as we get it right, right? as long as it's pronounced correctly. So here's a look at a chance. That's that chance for Moran there. And just a little bit out of his wheelhouse, but that puck was on edge nevertheless. But you got to bury down and bear down and bury those chances.
Puck back in front again. It never found its way to Zolkowski, but it got close. De La Salle coming ahead. Could be a 3-on-2. Entering the zone left side, and then strong defensive play took it away. That puck still loose in the slot. De La Salle playing it further. Oh, did Keene make the save? Another try. He definitely made that save. Wow.
Boy. You are not kidding, partner. What a stop there. They had him down and out, dead to rights. And that's a goalkeeper that just keeps battling and battling and battling and does everything and anything he can do to keep the puck out of the net. And Will Keene, case in point. Watch the first one here. The shot never really got away, but they had him down and out, and that's what I'm talking about right there. He kept battling, he kept competing, and he made the save to keep his team on top 1-0 here.
I mean, with the way this thing is going tonight, we're going to have to start clipping up Will Keen's saves. He has been really, really good so far for St. Mary's.
Yeah, the two men in the goal, the two young men in the goals are really dictating this game, aren't they?
Yes, they most certainly are. St. Mary's tried to hold the blue line, but they could not. That was Carrera who couldn't hold the zone. One of the many returners for St. Mary's. They returned 14 skaters and Will Keen, the netminder.
Yep.
Will was the backup last year. He looks every bit the part of a starter this year. In front, going wide left again. Played back to the blue line. Pilot's shot got blocked. Nice job by Pivot, blocking it for St. Mary's.
Sure was. That was textbook. Great job. Way to sacrifice. Blocks the shot, gets right off for the change. Great work from him.
Pilots played it to space. There was no one home, so the Eaglets can quickly recycle. Coming ahead, playing it into the slot. Who's pucking up big hit? Oh my goodness. They're laying the lumber tonight. That was Cretu that time.
Oh, was it ever? What a good clean hit at center ice.
The action has been intense all night. Sometimes in high school hockey, Ben, early in the year, late November, early December, it doesn't look like this type of game. This feels like February or March.
It really does, Evan, and it's great to see. And both these teams are selling out in every area.
That was in front, Johnston. They were hunting for. They just missed Julian. It's out to center ice again, and St. Mary's will recycle back into their defensive zone. Jacob Hughes off the high glass and down the ice. Jacob, one of those returners from last year. Actually a forward last year. Dampierre's shot got blocked. Hughes pass ahead. Pilots tried to change the forwards. Back out to center again. Play to the left side of the ice. Now back to center ice. Eaglets taking their time, passing to the left side. Dampierre up from his defensive spot. Played it in front, got tipped on its way to Zolkowski. Played back in front again, got tipped again. And De La Salle gets it out to center. Hard work and play. Keen's got to come out and play it. Mayered all over the ice on this shift for De La Salle.
Sure is. You know, something else I've been thinking about throughout the game, Evan, is, you know, you were talking about the November games here. We're almost into December, but the first month of the season, right? And it's got a feel of the second half of the season for St. Mary's, for De La Salle. And the other area that I think's been impressive is there's only been, you mentioned the numbers, there's been 2 power plays, 1 on each side. It's been a really clean game from that standpoint. These young guys are playing smart, they're playing disciplined, they're playing hard, and they're not playing over the edge.
De La Salle kept the forward line on. Mayer was after it again. They will wave off this icing. De La Salle back to grab it in their own defensive zone. Excellent breakout pass coming ahead. This is Dylan Blackwood, who scored twice last night. Dylan going to the backhand, still cradling, twirling in the offensive zone, passing left side, shot, score! Oh my goodness! Robbins somehow found that room above Keen's shoulder, and this game is tied.
You talk about threading the needle. Again, from this vantage point, an unbelievable look at just an absolute missile that this young man puts in. Not much room, not much space, and just an absolutely beautiful goal. They find him there, he takes a look just inside of the circle, and he had about a 6x6 inch box to put that puck into, and he absolutely threaded the needle with a missile up top to tie the game at 1.
An absolute wicked wrister from Logan Robbins. And how about a 1-1 hockey game where both goals have come from the defenseman?
Yeah,
how about it?
Yeah, how about that? I mean, coaches got to love that. You're not counting on defensemen, you know, unless you're Cal McCarr or Quinn Hughes, to score you a lot of points. And these two guys have both scored for their teams, and they've both been really nice shots. I mean, they're not just pucks they threw on net. They were shots that were timely, that were well placed, and they were well executed. So 2 pretty goals from Dampierre and now Robbins.
And with the way we've seen Keen and Zolkowski play tonight, to beat these boys, you gotta have good shots on net tonight, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you beat them, or you've got to get them moving, because they're both playing so well, and they're both proven guys. And Keen, with his size, I mean, if he sees it again, he's gonna stop 9 out of 10 of those. So that's exactly how you get it done.
Tried to find Robbins again along that blue line. Had it go out to center. Logan fired it back in. It was played down by St. Mary's. Out to center it comes. Julian Sturparo, big defenseman, rocking number 5, passing ahead, and it's tipped on deep. Morad tipped it deep for St. Mary's, one of those seniors coming back from last year.
Got to say, Evan, both these teams, their uniforms are both slick. They got good looks to them. They look really good, and they're putting on quite a show here.
Coming ahead again. De La Salle 2-on-1. Pass in front, tipped wide. Another try. Keene looking around.
The speed of those two players, pretty impressive.
De La Salle buzzing in those familiar purple sweaters. St. Mary's in the white. If there's such a thing as high school hockey original 6 in Michigan, these two teams definitely look the part.
Yeah, they've got that down, no doubt.
Fuqua back for De La Salle, who just tied it on that goal from Logan Robbins. Whoever wins this one gets CC or Brother Rice this weekend. De La Salle came off on a change, weird time for it. Odd man rush St. Mary's. Ooh. Pass in front and a great back check by De La Salle and Zucchini.
Certainly was. That's how you do it.
That puck's nets off its moorings. There we go.
Yep.
We'll whistle the play dead.
And you make plays like that, you're going to be on the ice pretty routinely. And that was a great back check indeed, right down the middle of the sheet. No quit. Come back, deny a scoring opportunity. That's going to keep you in the game in a lot of different ways. Mentally, psychologically, and literally, you're going to keep you on the ice when you make plays like that. It's a big time effort. You don't see stuff like that in the box score, but those are the little things that make a 200-foot hockey player you always hear coaches talk about.
Offensive zone face-off for St. Mary's. Puck squirting along that far wall. De La Salle had some contact with a Dragna who body bumped an Eaglet off the play. Now we got an Eaglet defender knocking bodies down. That puck still loose. St. Mary's has got it. Played it in front. Nobody was home. Pivot battling for St. Mary's. Passing in front. Zolkowski. That may be his best save of the night.
That was dynamite.
This could be a De La Salle 2-on-1. Passing in front. Just missed Naynard. Up and down the ice they go. Big moment after big moment. What a stop that was by Zolkowski.
It's a beauty. These two goalies are just trying to outshine one another.
Now St. Mary's coming ahead 1-on-3, right on Zolkowski. He swallows the wrist shot from Cretu.
Yep, right off the crest of the jersey. Easy stop for him there, but the one that he made about 30 seconds ago was anything but. Watch this chance right here. Smart play by St. Mary's to get that puck out there, but he's right there to be the brick wall he's been for De La Salle over the last couple of years.
St. Mary's nearly doubling up De La Salle in shots here. Second period, Eaglets have 7 and the Pilots have 4. But the Pilots have that one goal to tie it up.
A couple of odd man rushes, one on each side, but the pace to me, the intensity is still what it was in the first. It hasn't really changed a whole lot.
Zolkowski sticks aside the wrist shot from the left side of the blue line. Bodies converging in that corner. Now more bodies converge in the corner. De La Salle fishes the puck free, gets it out to center. Bodies tumbling down. Pilots send bodies to it to try to pick up the puck. Oh boy.
You're good.
Ben was reacting to the player who nearly came in the penalty box with him.
I think he's going in. You coming in? I got you. There we go.
Hardest working man in broadcasting today, I tell you what.
Versatility, baby.
That's Josh Lawrence sitting down. Here we go. Second power play of the game for St. Mary's, trying to take this lead back.
Yeah, big chance here. I mean, like I said earlier, Evan, it's been a really clean game for the most part. It's been played right to the edge. It's been physical, nothing over the edge, but this is a big opportunity here with 5:38 to go in the period.
Officially, it's a 2-minute minor for high sticking on Lawrence. Pilots win that faceoff and clear. They have been excellent on faceoff so far tonight. St. Mary's has never trailed, but they were up 1-0 end of the first. And this power play having a tough time getting started. Brennan Morgan back to grab it for St. Mary's.
Sorry, Evan, I was just going to say, remember, they had a chance shorthanded to De La Salle on that first one on the PK.
Morgan dumped it deep. Pilots had it and lost it. Eaglets getting bodies to the puck. Trying to set up shop in the offensive zone. Back to the blue line it comes. Wrist shot, blocked. Couple of bodies right in front of Zalkowski. Eaglets hold the zone. Passing to the slot. Backhanded tip. Zalkowski, save. Another try, save again.
Those pads have been bailing him out here in this period. It did there again. He got enough with the left pad on this chance. Good puck movement from Orchard Lake. They get it in front. That's what they wanted. But a better stop by the keeper.
Gavin Zalkowski, one of the best netminders in Michigan, struggled last night, gave up 3 goals, and was pulled.
Yeah.
Tonight, he looks outstanding.
Short memory, right? Short memory. Forget it, move on.
As our friend Ted Lasso would tell us, you gotta have the memory of a goldfish.
Nice.
Had to get that in there somewhere.
Beautifully done.
St. Mary's still a lot of time on this power play. Just under 45 seconds on it. Passing to the right side of the blue line. Shot tipped. Back to grab it behind the net. And St. Mary's grab the lead back. Walking the blue, passing right. Now back top of the slot. Shot. Zalkowski on his backside. No goal. Wave it off.
The whistle went. The whistle did go. The right call. But good heat from Orchard Lake there. 26 seconds remain. And a good job by De La Salle here holding their water so far. And it's been all about Zalkowski. He's done it again. And that was the right call. I mean, I could hear that, could see it from down here. And it was clearly the right call by the referee that was in that far corner.
Kirkab is on the bench still looking around going, come on now, I scored. It went in the back of the net, didn't you see?
We don't have video review yet in high school hockey. Maybe one day.
Now we'll get there. They have it in the high school football finals. You could challenge this weekend.
Yeah, nice. Well,
Brave new world.
Maybe they add that in the high school hockey tournament here once we get into that.
Dying stages of the St. Mary's power play. De La Salle that close to killing it off. Under 5 on the power play. Pilots can't clear the zone. We are back to full strength. Julian Johnston for St. Mary's. Pass tipped, puck loose, shot high. Now a stalemate in front of the St. Mary's bench. Officials come in and say, move the puck, boys, so they do. Tipped at center. Corralled at the center ice logo and passed to space, left side of the ice. Johnston walking the blue, finding an open teammate. Kick save, rebound, score!
Evan, what a play by Julian Johnston right there. We're going to look back at this, and what a wonderful job of stick handling he did to keep this puck into the zone. He deserved that goal. He made this play happen. That's what we talked with Brian Clano about. This kid is super skilled. Watch this play. One guy, two guy, patient, still got it. Another guy gets it free, goes to the left side, big juicy rebound. Bang, he's there. That was all number 18. He set it up and he finished it. A beautiful play from the junior Julian Johnston.
They love the upside for number 18 in red and white, and that was one of those plays that you got to make at a phone booth. That was great.
It was well said, and we've, we saw this team a lot last year, and he was noticeable at times, but I've noticed him every single time he's been on the ice. He's super skilled, and that's exactly what they want from him. A beautiful shift and a beautiful finish.
De La Salle has already bounced back once from being down a goal, and they got a lot of time still in this game. Feels like there's still a couple more goals in the back pockets of these two teams. Robbins played it further. Dompierre couldn't clear. Great job by the Pilots holding that zone. And now the Eaglets get it to center. Could be a 3-on-2. No, not going to happen. Missed Conan. And
look out.
De La Salle playing it along the wall. They dig it free. This could be a 3-on-2, and the pass was behind its intended target. Now here comes Brennan Morgan. Up and down the ice they come. Shot, save, rebound, Zalkowski there again.
The kid can skate. His edges are so good.
Brennan Morgan, 65 on the roster, makes it happen when he's out there. De La Salle about to go back to the penalty kill.
Yep.
St. Mary's gets Keene to the bench for the extra attacker. Played in front. Zolkowski sprawling down there. It's still loose, and now De La Salle touches up. St. Mary's back to the power play.
I got the door for him.
So the guy who scored for De La Salle in this period, Robbins, is going to sit down on the second different high-sticking minor this period for De La Salle. Orchard Lake St. Mary's, one of the finer athletic programs in Michigan. And certainly this hockey program has had a lot of success. The most recent notable alum, you probably heard of him, Jeff Petrie.
Yeah.
He plays down the road at Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah, we asked Brian about him on the call, and great to have Jeff back in the state of Michigan. Covered him at Michigan State back in the day, and he's had a good career. He's got 4 kids, so he's really busy. But certainly the Petrie family around this place is synonymous with Orchard Lake St. Mary's. What a great family in every aspect. Dan and Mama Petrie have done an outstanding job with their family.
Right now the Petries are hoping St. Mary's can get another goal. Played in front, loosen the slot. Zolkowski made a great save on a golden chance for Jack Moran.
That's the second good one. Think back to the first period. He had that chance when he kind of had a knuckle puck there and he came in trying to go high glove, but he's been really active. He's been noticeable to me too, Evan, like Johnston has. We've talked a lot about him, especially after the goal, but Moran's, I've noticed an improvement in his game, in a step in his game, just like Johnston from last year.
Man, there are some saves that Zolkowski makes.
Oh.
This is the type of netminder who can win you a game,
Yep.
and this is the type of netminder who De La Salle is going to be real happy to have when the games are really important in a couple of months.
No question about it. I mean, he's played outstanding in this game. I mean, this could be a 4 or 5 goal night so far for St. Mary's, but he's been great. It's 2-1. It's a one-shot game. Another one there off the face mask.
Every inch of his body has been peppered by hockey pucks tonight. He keeps making saves.
You're not kidding, man.
Under a minute to go in the second period. Still a lot of time in this St. Mary's power play, and the Pilots are going to appreciate that clear.
Yeah, they need a little bit of a breather. They're not going to change here. Well, they're going to try now. They're going to get 2 guys off. So they get 2 fresh bodies on the ice here.
St. Mary's, again, numbers that they promptly lose. Great pass ahead. What a shot. Dylan Blackwood, oh no, he lost the puck.
The bench's reaction was the reaction you heard from you and I. Oh, what a chance.
Nearly a chance to score a game-time shorthanded goal, but it rolled off his stick at the worst time. Pass in front, tipped wide. De La Salle clears, and St. Mary's going to have to hurry if they want one more shot in this period.
I don't think they're going to get it here. Maybe they will, but no, they're just going to rag the time off here.
There will be a little bit of Eaglet power play time coming up to start the third. 2 periods of high school hockey. They're about as darn good as you'll find in Michigan. Each team scored once in that second period. Robbins scored for De La Salle to tie it up, and then Julian Johnston scored for Orchard Lake St. Mary's to give them a 2-1 lead after 2 periods of hockey.
I'll tell you what, man. All 3 of these goals, Evan, have been highlight reel goals in their own right. They've all been beautifully placed shots. Timing was perfect. That Johnston play, to me, that's the play of the game so far that he made with his stick handling to keep that puck inside of the zone. That was stellar play by a really talented player in Julian Johnston. And his goal right now is the difference after 2 periods of play.
These 2 teams playing for the chance to play for the Catholic League Championship this weekend. Catholic Central St. Mary's could potentially happen if St. Mary's wins this game. CC and Brother Rice, the other game going on. Do our best at the next chance we get to get you an update on that game. CC did play Brother Rice last week and won 5-0. So Brother Rice very anxious to play Catholic Central again so quickly.
Yeah, you can never get enough of those 2, right? I mean, you went to CC, you know better than anybody, but I'd call those 2 schools playing tiddlywinks, man. I'm not kidding you. It's always fun, and you know it's going to be a great third period. We're going to talk to to Chad LaRose momentarily here and see if we can get his thoughts on the game. He's outside the room, but I'm going to give him a minute, and we'll see if we can get him on here a little bit later in the intermission. He just went in the locker room to talk to his team here, Evan.
So in that second period, Ben,
yeah,
total shots, St. Mary's had 17. De La Salle had 5. I'm kind of looking at this stat that Pat gave me going,
yep,
really? Was that uneven of a second period in terms of shots on goal? Felt more even.
Yeah, I would have guessed it was probably in the 12-6 range, but you know, I thought there was a step up certainly in St. Mary's and their speed and their pace, and it's been impressive to watch down here. They are clearly a different team. Last year, but again, I've talked about Johnson and Moran, two guys. There's other guys too, but those two guys, to me, having covered the amount of St. Mary's games we did last year and we will this year, those two guys have been the most noticeably improved and impactful guys on the ice for their team. So Chad LaRose has been kind enough to join me here in the sin bin after 2 periods of play, so we'll get his thoughts and see how he feels about the game. How do you feel, Coach, after 2 periods? What are your biggest takeaways?
Yeah, it's a fast game today. It's been good. Both teams have had their opportunities. Both goalies are playing well, so overall I'm all right, kind of happy. 17-5
were the shots in that second period in favor of them.
Yeah.
Your guy's been unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
I mean, is this status quo for him?
He's been good. He's been really good. We've had so many opportunities where we just missed the buck and stuff too, so we're all right. Yeah, you know, I'd like to get a power play. I think that last call was pretty cheesy.
Understood.
But it is what it is. So, no, they have a great team. We knew that coming in, so.
The intensity and the pace has been really from the get-go. It hasn't changed much. Is it improved or went up at all in your mind, or how's it been through 2?
Yeah, it's been fast, you know, and then you lose track of the bench sometimes with penalties and stuff like that. So it's been good. It's a fast game. I like it.
Your first year in the high school ranks, but you've coached for a long time. Obviously, we talked about your career as a player. What's special, unique about this group? A small sample size for you, Chad, but 5 games in. What do you like about this group you're coaching?
I just like the camaraderie of the kids. They have a really tight-knit group, and they're fun to work with. I try to make sure they're having fun every day coming to the rink, and it's enjoyable for me.
Appreciate your time before the game and here. One last thing. What are the biggest couple things you want to see out of your club when the third starts?
2 more goals. No, I just put pucks in the net. Now, I'll have a good effort, 100% effort and good attitude. I tell the kids that all the time. Everyone's going to make mistakes. We can clean those up. But 100% effort and good attitude, and we're good.
Well, you were a guy that scored a few in your career, and you told me before the game you want that puck's inside the zone. You want it at the net. I saw you a couple times on the bench when your guys didn't do that, but I want to ask you about the goal that you guys did get. What a shot that was.
Yeah, that was a great shot by Robbins. Good play by Dylan. But, yeah, you got to be ready for, Leighton missed a pass wide open up for a break in there, and then Dylan just stick handled it in the corner there. But that's all right. They're kids, and they're working hard, so it'll come.
Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. It's good chatting with you.
Thanks for you guys doing all this.
You bet. Chad LaRose, head coach of De La Salle, his team in a great one here, 2-1 hockey game. Back up to you, Evan.
All right, Ben, appreciate you. And thanks to both coaches for giving us a little time in between periods. We know that's not always the easiest thing in the world. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Appreciate you both.
Sorry, I just want to say, I mean, this isn't, college hockey or the NHL where these coaches, they're not used to doing that. And you're right, it means a lot. It adds so much to the broadcast here on the Prep, and it gives us insight and allows us to call a better game too as we get those adjustments and their thoughts throughout the game. So I'm right there with you, partner. We appreciate Orchard Lake St. Mary's for their hospitality and for De La Salle and Chad LaRose for his time here tonight.
And we'll be back to get you ready for the third in just a few. Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
It was very exciting to be the first class. It's just really empowering, and I feel very blessed.
Walking around this campus and getting to see Orchard Lake, no other school gets to see that.
The way my relationship with all my friends has grown is crazy. It's almost like a sisterhood, just how like the guy said a brotherhood. I think we have an amazing sisterhood. To be these women of St. Mary's is to be the first woman or person to do anything. You're making a legacy just by being here, going to school. That's not really a thing that everybody gets to experience. You're starting something new.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Everywhere you look this time of year, people are running, and that's a great thing because running is an excellent exercise, especially for your cardiovascular and musculoskeletal systems. But the question is, are you running a safe running program? All too often, people are hobbled by things like shin splints and patellar tendonitis. But luckily, simple things like stretching and warm-up, the right running shoes, and realistic weekly mileages can keep you in your running game. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and our goal is for you to get the lowest rate possible. We want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Navigating a turbulent market like this needs to be handled by a real pro. Call Todd Barr, 734-674-6154, and put over 2 decades of local knowledge to use for you and your family. Always happy to have Success Mortgage Partners along for the ride with the prep, along with Elvis the Cat, capturing memories. Thank you as always for your support, and Double Exposure Photography as well. Friendly reminder for you as well, an outstanding event that's going to come up here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's later on this winter. The 2nd annual Pink in the Rink, February 10th, next year, 2024. Last year, the inaugural event, and over $40,000 was raised for the Carmanos Cancer Center. Once again, St. Mary's teaming up with the Carmanos Cancer Center along with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. They've doubled the goal, and they want you or your business to partner with them to reach that goal. full day of hockey. It'll start with St. Mary's girls at 1:30 that day, going all the way through St. Mary's against Brother Rice varsity at night. Throughout the day, there will be a Chinese and a silent auction, 50-50 raffles, as well as merchandise sales. The online auction actually starts coming up in a couple of days on December 1st for VIP game day experiences. All 3 St. Mary's Brother Rice games from the JV level all the way up to the varsity level. Live broadcast here on the Prep. They can be watched live or on demand free of charge. A lot of people are going to be here and even more watching online. Excited to cover that event in a couple of months. Ben Holden, we've been really excited to watch this hockey game so far tonight. De La Salle and St. Mary's are playing some really good hockey tonight.
Evan, no question, Evan, and just had to give the backup tender his stick there as he came over. I'm the equipment guy now too, but what a shot there. What a beautiful goal that they got. De La Salle from Robbins there and just threaded the needle there. And then, I mean, I can't see this play enough. I mean, that is just beautiful stuff from Johnston. Got it free, got it onto the stick of the defenseman there. Staparo, and Johnston cashes in with a goal. And, you know, and we talked to Brian Clano, the head coach of St. Mary's the other day. The last thing we talked to him about was the mantra, the MO of his team. He said day in, day out, practice or game, doesn't matter who's in front of us. We just want to control what we can control and win games because winning is fun. Here's a chance now for St. Mary's to win a big hockey game here. They're up 2-1 as we start the third.
And De La Salle's got a break right away. Shot was tipped by St. Mary's. The drive for Fuqua was tipped by Diesel Carrera. Winner of this game gets the winner of CC Brother Rice and playing for a Catholic League title this weekend. St. Mary's nearly had a break, but the play unfolded unfortunately for them. De La Salle forechecking in those purple sweaters. St. Mary's in the white, going right to left. Technically, St. Mary's is the road team in this game, so a wrinkle, Ben. They're the home team, but they're actually on the visiting bench.
Yeah, we were wondering how that was going to work, but St. Mary's kept their normal spot, I guess, so to speak, but technically they are on the visiting bench, yes.
It's like if the Lions played the Bills and there was a snowstorm in Buffalo, so technically the Bills were the home team even though the game's being played at Ford Field. Very strange.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Very strange.
Yep.
De La Salle rallied back to beat Riverview Gabriel Richard last night. They beat them in double overtime in one heck of a hockey game.
And they were down 4-1 in that thing to start the third. So, yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Another good shot low from Dompierre there.
Nearly tipped home by Jakob Kirkab. Zalkowski for De La Salle in between the pipes has been remarkably good all night.
Really has. I mean, just an excellent performance out of him. Stopped 16 in that second period on 17 shots.
St. Mary's still holding. Offensive zone. Slot shot. Zalkowski save. Rebound just wide.
The width of the puck, Evan. That's all it was.
St. Mary's still got it. Shot missing the net. Plenty wide left. St. Mary's holding a long time in the offensive zone. De La Salle cannot get it out of their own defensive zone. And they're just going to clear for an icing here, because all their guys need a breath.
They sure do. Some great pressure from St. Mary's on this, really here in the first couple of minutes here of this period. They've come out with purpose. They've come out with a little jam in their game, and they're going to bring Johnston's group back out. Number 18 will take this face-off. His goal, the difference in this game, and there was that puck that I said was about the width of the puck from going in, and that was a good look at it right there from our crew.
Another big drive from the blue line. Blocker to side by Zalkowski. Oof. Bodies have been colliding all evening long. This game is not for the faint of heart at times.
That was the backup goalie that absorbed that hit, went all the way back into the glass on the other end of the De La Salle bench.
William Janis thought he got the night off. Will, pay attention down there, my man.
Wake up, you're in the game now.
De La Salle has been living in their own defensive zone in this period. Now here could come an opportunity. 2-on-1 brewing. Shot, save. That's not really what you want, a 2-on-1.
No, you don't want to be one and done there, but I would have played that puck into the middle, but here they come again.
Turnover. Out to center. De La Salle was changing behind the play. This is an icing, but remember in high school hockey, you can change the lines on an icing. So that's sometimes why you see them throw it down, because they just need a line change.
Yeah, no question. I mean, it's, you're not at the highest level by any means here, but I like the rule in high school. I think it's fair. I think it's what it should be. I don't think you should be playing all NHL rules at this level. So good point by you, Evan, and it's a good rule for the game here in high school ranks.
St. Mary's clears the zone. Here they come. Odd man rush, 3-on-2. Numbers behind the play, played back in front. Zolkowski made the save, and he freezes for a faceoff.
St. Mary's just keeps coming. I mean, they just keep bringing pressure and coming with pace and coming with good flow in their game. And Gavin Zolkowski there has been a machine here tonight. And Chad LaRose, if you weren't with us during the intermission, said, yeah, status quo, that's what this guy does. He just plays. Now, yeah, last night he got pulled. Some nights you're off the game a little bit, but he's on it here so far tonight.
Mark of a good netminder.
Yep.
Tough day one day, bouncing right back the next day.
That's right.
Fuqua for De La Salle. Fires it deep. Keene sliding to his left, played it, but it's back in front. Ooh, through somebody's skates for De La Salle. Point shot, saved and frozen by Will Keene.
Big junior, 6'4" and 160.
Guy who only made 3 starts last season, Ben. He started all 5 games so far this season for St. Mary's.
Yeah, their other goaltender, Mason Shea's also a junior. They're in good shape there, as this program has been for a long time, many years here in Orchard Lake. Here they come.
Great skating for St. Mary's. Shot tipped high. Excellent zone entry that time by Matthew Morad. Morad after the puck for St. Mary's. Plays it on deep. Pilots rimming along that near wall. They cannot clear the zone. Now it's out to center, as St. Mary's thought they had a blue liner on that right side. Just over 4 minutes into the third, and still so much to be decided in what has been an excellent night of hockey from Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Up the boards it comes again. Pilots back to get it. This is Dylan Blackwood. Pass to the middle in between Nayard's skates. Nayard's got it for De La Salle. A Dragna to the middle. Dompierre kicked it forward and to a teammate. Brendan Kelly. Pass, high slot, back in front. Score! St. Mary's, Dompierre, his second of the night, and the largest lead of the evening for either team.
I mean, this guy's becoming quite a scoring machine, isn't he? Scores one in the opening period. It is more normal home out near the blue line, but this one gets down on top of the paint. Good pass across into the middle and just got in behind the last defender there and stuffed it home there for his second to make it a 3-1 game. And again, you get depth, you get scoring from that back end. That's a huge jump. He's got 2 of their 3 goals. They've got a 2-goal lead.
Largest lead of the night for either team. That's the second of the game for Dompierre. It's his second of the season. St. Mary's didn't have a goal from a defenseman all year before tonight. Now they've got 2.
Charlie must have noticed that.
He must have. He must have. By the way, De La Salle's only goal has also come from a blue liner. Logan Robbins had an awesome wrist shot.
He did.
That beat Will Keene above his right shoulder. Okay, Ben, so now De La Salle being down by 2. There's still a lot of time to go in this hockey game, but does anything change here for them?
I just think they've got to get more connected. They've got to get the puck out of their own end. They've been playing way too much defense here in the first, little over 5 minutes of the period. They've got to start getting the puck north-south, get inside the attacking zone, get a sustained forecheck going, and get some pucks at the net. I mean, that's what their coach, that was one of the 3 keys he gave me before the game. He said, we've got to shoot pucks. We can't screw around with a puck. We've got to get it at the net. So I think those things are what they got to do to try to chip away at a 2-goal deficit.
Back to the blue line. Thomas Roberts shoots, and Zolkowski makes the save. There was a late screen, but Gavin once again up to the task.
Yeah, and this De La Salle team was down by 3, as we've touched on last night. And they came back to win. You don't want to make that a habit, certainly by any means. You got to tip your hat to St. Mary's. I mean, they played a really good game here. I think back to all the times we were in here last year, and they just look incredibly connected, incredibly on. and their intensity has been at 11 on the 1 to 10 meter since this game started. It hasn't let up at all.
St. Mary's team that only won 1 game in the playoffs last year, returned a lot of bodies from last year.
Yep.
They were telling us they have high hopes for this team.
They do.
And playing a really good team tonight in De La Salle. They've looked really, really good since they dropped the puck.
Yep, good test for both teams. I mean, it tells these coaching staffs a lot where they're at. And St. Mary's, Johnston's group back out there again.
Julian's pass ahead behind its intended target. Pilots back to get it. Passing to space, left side of the ice. Keegan James, long strides, he shoots, and Keene makes a tough save with his shoulder. Pilots still got it in the offensive zone, trying to pitchfork it back toward the net. Flops to the far side and out to center. Johnston got it to neutral ice. Coming up on 7 minutes into the 3rd period. Gallus. R.J. Gallus twirling in front, pushed aside. Blackwood for De La Salle. Dillon's got some room and some long strides himself. Errant pass taken away by St. Mary's and played out to center. They will love for the puck to be in this area of the ice down the stretch.
Good job by St. Mary's, deny the entry there, and it's been hard for De La Salle to get in because of plays like that.
Good poke check, Nayard threw it in front, wobbling free. Keene sliding to the crease. St. Mary's rims it around the boards. De La Salle holds as that defenseman Helgren pinches in and keeps it in. Nayard for De La Salle in front, steered aside by St. Mary's, off the high glass and down the ice.
Glassing out.
And the best part was it was on net, so no icing.
Yeah.
You work on those things in practice, you know?
You know the rink, right?
Heck yeah.
You know the rink.
It's like how Nick Lidstrom knew exactly where it would bounce off the boards at the Joe, you know?
Yep, I mean, you see morning skates, you see that all the time with, you know, college pro teams. They'll go into the visiting barn and they'll play the puck off the boards just to see, like you're talking about with Lidstrom, where the puck and how it's going to bounce and how it's going to kick.
And in all these new rinks, too, they've actually brought back having bouncy boards.
Yeah.
The defensemen like being able to play it off those back boards.
No question. No question about it. Looks like we're going to get a penalty here.
Yep.
We are. So a power play chance here, and it's going to be a large one indeed. And the penalty's going on Orchard Lake. So this is exactly what Chad LaRose said when we talked to him, when I had a chance to visit with him. And yeah, that's a penalty there. You got the back turn, you see numbers, you just can't hit the player in the back. And he said, hey, we need a call to go our way. And he's got it, and he's gonna go with his top group here, Evan, to try to get this to a one-shot game here with a power play chance.
Pilots still have a pulse, but this power play is really important. St. Mary's won the face-off, coming ahead on the kill. Nice job on that forecheck, but bodies behind the play. Not going to matter. They called icing. Looked like De La Salle maybe had Blackwood touching a neutral ice. I guess he didn't.
No, momentum killer right there on that power play. So a D-zone draw here. Still only 15 seconds have expired, but they got to get organized here. They got to get this, win this draw, get this puck up ice quick, get set up in the attacking zone, and get some shots on Keene and see if they can get him moving around and beat him.
There's your De La Salle hockey resume. One notable alumni that we left off, just in case he's watching, just to frustrate him a little bit. Danny DeKaiser did go to De La Salle.
Danny's a good dude. I've known him a long time, did a bunch of his games when he was at Western. They had some great teams over there, and it's great to see him. He's not here tonight, as we've touched on, but it's great to see him involved.
Slot shot, oh my goodness! Dylan Blackwood with a postage stamp into the top left corner. That is utterly gorgeous.
Well, that's exactly what they had to do, Evan, what we just talked about. Win the draw, get the puck in the attacking zone, get pucks at the net. The coach will love that. That's how Chad LaRose scored 61 goals when he was a Plymouth Whaler in the OHL, their head coach. He teaches his players, shoot the puck, don't hesitate, don't screw around with it, don't make the extra pass. Get the puck, shoot it with a purpose, and that purpose is to score, and that's what Blackwood just did. It's a one-goal game now.
Dylan scored twice last night against Riverview Gabriel Richard. And that sweet wrist shot has made it a hockey game again with 8:06 to go.
Yeah, give me another Timmy's. I'm ready to go. Beautiful play. All these goals have been pretty in this game here tonight, all 5 of them.
St. Mary's and De La Salle early on in the year playing with the pace and the vim and the vigor of a game at USA Hockey Arena for a state title in March.
Yeah, really are. I mean, it's been a great game, intense all the way through, Evan.
Pivic on the offensive zone entry, dropped a pass back that missed multiple players. Eaglets did keep the zone, but the Pilots nearly coming ahead. Thomas Roberts down to the ice to nullify what could have been a Pilot rush. Now here come the Eaglets entering the zone. Pivic shot! That's another outstanding wrist shot. Oh my goodness, there was smoke coming off that thing. Luka Pivic scores, and St. Mary's is back up by 2.
You talk about a shot that was placed. Oh my goodness. What an absolute bullet. As pretty as you'll see. Here they come in the attacking zone. He's got it, top of the circle. They got him over the shoulder there. You cannot shoot a puck any better than that. This will be a great look at it. And that top, just like the shooter tutors in there, you've only got about 8 inches in the corner, and that's where he put it. What a rocket there.
The last 2 goals. I mean, there are goals that'll be scored tonight at LCA that aren't that impressive.
You're not kidding, man.
Another shot score! It is a shooting gallery at Orchard Lake St. Mary's right now. Jack Moran slipped one past Zolkowski. St. Mary's just scored twice in less than 10 seconds.
They've obviously found something. Moran, he had a couple of chances. We've talked about in this game. He had one in the first, one in the second, and this one here, they get the entry. De La Salle can't get possession of the puck, and Moran is rewarded. He goes over the other shoulder, and I'm watching him here in center on the wing. He was just skating around with a big grin on his face. I'd have a grin on my face for a week after scoring a goal like that, and it's now 5-2 all of a sudden.
Man, and this is one of those deals where Gavin Zolkowski, his head's going to hit the pillow tonight, and he's going to be frustrated. But these St. Mary's shots are like master artists. They're perfectly placed.
Well, I just said it on the goal that Blackwood scored on the power play. Shoot with a purpose, and that purpose is to score. And St. Mary's has done that in the last 2. My goodness.
It was 3-2 De La Salle 30 seconds of game time ago. St. Mary's scores twice in less than 10 seconds. Zolkowski makes this save, and Gavin can take a breath.
Evan, 8 seconds apart on those goals. I just went over to the scoring table. It's right down here next to me. 8 seconds apart. Back-breaking goals there if you're De La Salle.
And a St. Mary's team that is now 642 away from playing for a Catholic League championship this weekend.
This team looks really good. We've talked about it throughout the show here tonight. All the leadership, all the experience. 14 players back, 12 of those players are seniors. Keene didn't play a lot in goal last year, but he was with this team. He was their number 2 guy. The reins have been given to him, and this is a really good-looking hockey team here with 6:25 to go, and they're up by 3.
Body fell to the ice as St. Mary's was crashing the net. There was no whistle. Pilot shot saved by Keene. Zucchini let it go for De La Salle.
Keene hasn't had a whole lot of action here in this third. He really didn't have a whole lot of action in the second. He only faced 5 shots. Well, 6 shots. He gave up 1, but only faced a half dozen. But he was tested more in the opening period than he's been tested the remaining 2 in this game so far. That's a good sign. The team's playing well in front of him. They're on the attack. They're in the O-zone like they are now. Well, they were.
10 shots for St. Mary's in this third, just 5 for De La Salle. Any netminder worth his salt will go, yeah, you guys work hard down there. I'll just chill on the other end and watch, all right?
Yeah, and you know as well as I do, sometimes when you don't have a lot of shots coming your way, I wasn't a goalie when I played, but I've been around the game long enough to know that.
Try! It's in! Gorgeous passing, and De La Salle scores. They're not going away. Give him credit. Keegan James slipped it over Keene, and it's 5-3 with 5:40 to go.
Beautiful play by him. Like I said, when you don't get a lot of action, sometimes it is tough to play the game when you're the goalie, when you're not in a rhythm. And I'm watching Keene as we see the pretty goal and a pretty finish there. But it's hard sometimes. You got to keep focused. You got to keep sharp. You're not engaged in the game as much, and that may have been a case. Now, granted, it was a beautiful shot by James, and it's back to a 2-goal game now.
Still a pulse for the Pilots. Remember, they were down 3 in the third last night. Came back and won. But this is going to be a Herculean task with 5 minutes to go. You do wonder here, Ben, at what point when De La Salle thinks about pulling Zalkowski.
Yeah, I don't know LaRosa's style that well yet. I mean, I would think you're probably looking at maybe 2.5, big collision there just to my right, but they're fine. I think you're probably still at least 2.5 minutes away from seeing that, if we see it.
5-3 St. Mary's, 5 minutes to go. Eaglets have got it in neutral ice, coming into the offensive zone. Kick save Zalkowski on that rich shot. Pilots play it to center. That is a great hit by the smallest guy on the ice, Brennan Morgan. Oh boy, here we go.
Yep, exactly.
Hoberg was poking at Keene, and that is always going to draw some attention after the whistle.
Stempen was the one that got hit there by Morgan. And then a couple of De La Salle players came in there, but it looks like they've separated everyone pretty quickly.
Great night of hockey.
It's going to be a penalty here.
Really?
Yeah, they're calling a penalty. I believe they're calling it on St. Mary's. He said 4 white. Cross-check is the call. And into the box goes Keegan Helton. So we may see him pull the goalie now. I don't think he does that, but we may see it. There's not an indication that he's coming out now. But maybe if they get this puck in and get a little zone time. But I'm from the school, Evan, of you got to get that first one to get it to 1. You don't need to worry about pulling the goalie right now. I think there's too much time left. I think they just go at this with a normal 5-on-4 power play attack and see if they can get it to a 1-shot game. Then you worry about pulling the goalie.
Oh, tough break for De La Salle. Couldn't hold the zone on that faceoff, so that's going to kill some time. Coming up on 4.5 to go. It's 5-3. St. Mary's leading De La Salle.
This is their top group. They've got all kinds of weapons out there. You can pick any of the 5. The only defenseman out there is Robbins, and we've seen what he can do shooting the puck.
Keene makes the save and freezes for a faceoff. 25 seconds gone on this pivotal Pilot power play.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, if they want any hope of getting this game, I think they got to get one here to get it down to a 1-shot game, and then you got plenty of time. You can pull the goalie, and you can get this thing tied at 5.
Fortunate bounce in front, curling around the cage. Blackwood never let it go. Dillon passing back to the point. Shot got blocked from Robbins. Bodies colliding. Robbins holds the zone.
Good keep.
Passing left side of the ice. Wrist shot blocked. Follow-up try off the side of the net. Blackwood after it for the Pilots on this all-important power play. Robbins banking it off the boards. Whipped in front. Stick to side and out to center.
Tough bounce for him there, but they still got about just under a minute to go here. Same top unit still out there.
Robbins muscled off the play. Eaglets send it down, and they're going to change the bodies. 45 seconds to go in this De La Salle power play. Robbins for De La Salle. Passing to Keegan James. Around the net he comes, acting as a pseudo screen. Sarah over the red, firing deep. De La Salle's got to get fresh bodies. Eaglets trying to get it out of the defensive zone. They couldn't do it. Blackwood absorbs a big blow from Dompierre. Naird at the blue line. Playing pitch and catch. Still time in this man advantage for De La Salle, and that should kill off most of the remaining time.
Massive kill for St. Mary's. They're going to get this PK here. We're inside of 3 to go, and that's the penalty kill of the game to this point. They keep a 2-goal lead.
Both teams back to 5-on-5. You gotta think De La Salle's pulling the goalie as soon as they possibly can.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on the bench, obviously, right here at the end of it. I don't see any indication that they're bringing him quite yet. They haven't even really looked a motion at him yet, so looks like he's staying in there for the time being.
Row 4 checking away, fighting for that puck for De La Salle. Pilots possessing in the offensive zone. Slot shot, Keene, big kick save. his best and biggest of the night.
What a look right there from Hunter Hoberg.
The Eaglets have got bodies behind the play. They don't need another goal here. Pilots need 2. When do they pull the goalie? Zalkowski looking to the bench.
Yep.
4 extra skaters on. De La Salle, tough angle shot. You've got to be kidding me. It's in. Winkler, I think he banked it off Keene's backside. It's a 1-goal game.
Now I think we're going to see this goalie come out, but what a play by Winkler. 1:54 to go, and he gets into a one-shot game here. Keene's trying to figure out what happened there. You see the big tender back into the goal. We get a timeout, and it's taken here, and it's taken by De La Salle with 1:54 to go. But here it is, Evan. You talked about it, and you see so many players shoot from bad angles. I mean, that's about as bad as you can shoot it from an angle, but he's a right-handed shot. The way his body was, it's a smart play. I mean, you see more and more players shoot the bank pucks to get rebounds and use the goaltender, use the defenseman. That's an unbelievably smart play by Winkler to get it to a one-shot game.
This period has featured 6 goals.
It was 2-1 after 2. Right?
Yeah, we were talking after the first 2 periods. Hey, low-scoring, tight game. Just kidding. It's 5-4 with 1:54 to go.
What do we know?
Clearly not much.
I mean, what a game, man. This is unreal. And, you know, we talked about De La Salle, 4-1 down last night. They're showing the same kind of resiliency now. You see St. Mary's. They got to be resilient here. This is where you got to close a game out. This is where your program takes a step. You were up 5-2 about 4 minutes ago. Now it's a one-shot game to tie this thing up. This is as big for St. Mary's as it is for De La Salle in the sense of them trying to come back. You have to know how to close out games. You've got to be able to put teams away. So here's the chance. We'll see if St. Mary's can get it done.
Zalkowski on the left, Keene on the right. 2 goalies who have been peppered all night. The question is, when does De La Salle pull their goalie?
I think soon.
Yeah, Gavin's looking at that bench right now wondering. Pilots shoot it in front. It was just tipped wide. De La Salle buzzing all over the place. Remember, they were down 3 in the 3rd last night, rallied back and won in overtime. St. Mary's coming into the offensive zone, so they can't pull Zalkowski yet. Under 90 seconds remaining. De La Salle takes it away. You've got to think they pull the netminder soon.
He's positioned towards the bench, but he's just on the top of the crease, so nothing yet. Still in there.
That's an icing. I mean, somewhere right now, Patrick Waugh is shaking his fist at the screen. What are we doing? Pull the goalie.
He's coming. He's bringing him. He's bringing him off. And the extra player coming on is Dylan Blackwood. So they've got the net empty here with 1:09 to go and a 6-on-5 situation here for De La Salle.
This is turning into an outstanding night of hockey. And this is the biggest face-off. And what is a great game between these 2 Catholic League teams. St. Mary's wins the face-off, trying to get out of their own defensive zone. Netminder pulled, extra attacker on for De La Salle. Setting up shop in the O zone, they lost the puck. Brennan Morgan briefly overskated. St. Mary's couldn't clear the zone. Now Dompierre gets it to center. Robbins for De La Salle. Defenseman stepping ahead. That puck is loose and cleared.
Ice.
De La Salle face-off coming up in the offensive zone.
Ton of time left, 42 seconds. So give Chandler Rose's guys a chance to catch their breath. It'll give Orchard Lake St. Mary's a chance to change their penalty killing, or their 5 on the ice, not penalty killing, but they're 5 on the ice, and they get all 5 off and get fresh legs out here for the final 42.
The Pilots had late 3rd magic last night. Do they have any pixie dust left here? Off the face-off, St. Mary's cannot clear the zone. Coming up on half a minute to go. Flopped further. St. Mary's out to center. Angled and off the post. Oh, there's still a shot for De La Salle.
Pivic's hurt. He's going to crawl off the ice out of your picture.
Blocked on its way to the net. Pilots still have a shot. Under 20 seconds left. They come into the offensive zone. Play it in front, missing Keene. 10 seconds to go. Glove save Keene. He let it out of his mitt, and they keep the play going. Banked off the boards. Down the ice for an icing. There's still 2 seconds left.
There's plenty of time. There's plenty of time. It's all going to start, of course, winning the draw. They've got to win the draw and try for a quick release wherever they get that puck to, wherever they want it to go.
One last face-off in a remarkable night of hockey.
Oh, what a game.
What does Keegan James do for De La Salle? Off the face-off, tied up at the dot. Shot, save, Keene, and St. Mary's survives. Wow. I tell you what, I know there's a lot of great high school hockey around America. I'd stick that game up with any state in the country. That was a brilliant night of hockey.
Unreal game and tremendous, tremendous finish to it. Came right down to the final second. That's all you can ever ask for. I had walked over and talked to Kurt Kormos, the GM of Orchard Lake. I've requested Charlie Dompierre. I'm sensing everybody will be okay with him as our G of the game.
I would agree. He scored twice. Yeah. He had a pretty good night.
Not a bad night for Charlie. So we're looking forward to getting him over here when we can. But yeah, what a game, Evan. I mean, this is a beautiful thing here in the state of Michigan, as you say, and that's something, you know, I always talk to coaches about. I've been around the college game for 20 years, and I've went on the air many a night saying the state of Minnesota has the best high school hockey in the country, but the state of Michigan's teams, these programs, the players, they keep getting better and better, and it was great to be a small part of this thing tonight. It was an absolute, just tremendous hockey game here tonight.
This was a remarkable game. St. Mary's beats De La Salle 5-4. They're going to play CC, but not in the way you would have thought. Brother Rice was beating Catholic Central 4-0.
Right.
CC rallied back and won 5-4.
Wow. Well, I've got our G of the game. I don't have the hat, but we'll get it to him. Charlie Dompierre. Charlie, congrats on a heck of a win. How'd you guys do it first?
First, I think we didn't do as good as we could have. You know, I think we really could have got up by like 3 goals. I think we should have won by more. But we're going to have games like that. I mean, I'm glad we got out with the win, but really think we could have done better.
Who's your favorite NHL defenseman?
I really don't follow the NHL, but
really?
Shoot, maybe like, I don't even know if Nathan McKinnon plays defense. I like him,
kidding
though.
me, right?
No, I'm actually not. I don't follow the NHL.
Wow. Well, you looked a little bit like Quinn Hughes out there tonight. Your D-core had not scored a goal. You get 2. You're our G of the game for that. We'll get you the hat, I promise that. Walk me through the first one that you scored in the first period.
First goal, I think it either hit off a player or big rebound or something, and I just saw it in wide open ice. Grabbed it and took a shot, and I actually thought the goalie grabbed it with his glove until everyone started coming up to me to celebrate, and there I scored. But
how about the second one? You seemed to just kind of slip in behind the last line there.
Second one, I was really just playing aggressive, you know, and Morad tossed me the pass, and I just kind of pulled it under his 5-hole and managed to get the goal there.
What does it mean to you and your teammates to get this win? I mean, this came down to the final second. You had a 3-goal lead. What's it mean in the end for your team, Charlie?
Relief, I think. I mean, I was really nervous there when it was really back and forth, but you know, we're going to the championship. I don't think, can't remember the last time we've been there, and hoping to get it done.
You're one of 14 players that was on this team last year that's back on this team. We did 6, 7, 8-year games last year. This team looks different. How is this team different in your eyes?
This year, the amount of chemistry we have compared to last year is just, you know, it's unmatchable. And I really think that correlates on the ice. You know, everybody just, it's like more, like better relationships in general. I mean, that just correlates, and people making passes, just playing easier with each other. And that really has made a difference this year.
The intensity and the pace of this game, it didn't seem to let up. You guys are young. We were wondering how you'd both respond, but I was like, hey, these guys are 17, 18 years old. And your coach came over and said, yeah, they're fine, and you were. It seemed like a late season game, did it not? It didn't feel like a late November game, right?
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, for this early in the season, you know, De La Salle always has a good team. We knew it was going to be a battle, and you know, it kind of looked like the state semifinal game, I think, 2 years back, just back and forth, and really, you know, you didn't know what was going to happen.
Great. Well, thanks for coming over. You're our G of the game, Charlie Dompierre. Nice job, young man. We'll see you down the road. So there you go, Evan. What a night for him, and scored 2 different goals, 35, 40 feet out on that first one, and then the second one, as he walked us through there, he just kind of slipped in. The pass came to him, and he made the play in tight, top of the crease, and put it away. A big win for Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Showed a lot in their team and their resiliency and their resolve, and they were able to, what I talked about in the final minute or so there, this is what good teams do. You've got to close these games out. I think Brian's team has taken a big step, although they've only played a handful of games. This team looks different, and they look to be a force to be reckoned with in their division throughout the rest of the season.
All I took away from that interview is Charlie Dompierre knows no one in the NHL.
That surprised me. It really did, but he must just love the game, and that stuff doesn't matter a whole lot to him. I mean, that blew me away too, but great young guy, and we appreciate him coming over. We owe him a hat, which we'll get to him.
Thanks for joining us. That was a remarkable night of hockey. I am so excited to cover more hockey games like this all year because that one was darn good.
Sure was.
Some of the highlights from tonight. For Ben Holden and our entire crew, Alex Westfall leading the charge behind the scenes. Took the night off from the cruise to come watch a little hockey at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. God bless him. For our entire crew, Pat the Stat, everybody here, Evan saying thanks for watching. That was a great hockey game. St. Mary's beats De La Salle 5-4, and now they're going to play Catholic Central, who also beat Brother Rice 5-4 tonight. God bless hockey in our great state of Michigan. St. Mary's beats De La Salle 5-4. For the whole crew and for Ben, Evan saying thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.